My name is John Wellendorf. I'm Director of Regulatory Affairs for Odds On Compliance. This video is intended to give a high-level overview of exchange sports wagering, how it differs from traditional sports wagering, and the key vendors involved in making exchange-based sports wagering work. Exchange wagering is also sometimes known as peer-to-peer wagering. As that phrase suggests, an exchange wager is a bet placed between two individuals that is subsequently matched by an intermediary company or the exchange. Whereas a traditional sportsbook offers and accepts wagers from individuals on approved events, the exchange similarly offers events approved by the Division of Gaming, but does not personally accept the liability for the wager. Traditional sportsbooks will either keep the wager amount if a bet loses, or be responsible for the wager and pay out winning amounts if the bet wins. Exchange wagering operators differ as they act as the middleman in striking the bet between two external parties, still on a server physically located in the state of Colorado, simply collecting and paying out funds for exchange wagers matched. While the primary function of exchange wagering is the same as traditional sports wagering, to strike a bet, the terminology and process to reach that primary function can differ slightly. Exchange wagering uses the terms back and lay in placing a wager. To back an outcome means you're placing a bet on a specific outcome to occur. To lay a wager means you're placing a bet on a specific outcome not to occur. In a market with only two outcomes, this acts very similarly to a traditional betting market. For example, placing a back wager on the Denver Nuggets to beat the Miami Heat in Game 4 of the NBA Finals means you win your bet if the Nuggets win the game, and you lose your bet if the Nuggets lose the game. Conversely, if you place a lay wager on the Nuggets, you will profit if the Nuggets lose, and you will lose money if the Nuggets win. Exchange wagering offers users more options than a traditional sportsbook on events that have more than one outcome, however. For example, if you place a lay wager on the Los Angeles Lakers before the start of this NBA season to win the NBA Finals, you're effectively betting on any team other than the Los Angeles Lakers to win the NBA Finals. And your bet would have already won, with the Lakers being eliminated in the Western Conference Finals by the Denver Nuggets because they can no longer win the NBA championship. Exchanges would have already settled this wager as a win, and a customer would already have their money. Exchange wagering also differs from traditional sports wagering in that individuals and licensed entities can offer wagers on approved markets at odds that are not currently available in the traditional sports betting space. To use the NBA as an example again, the Denver Nuggets were roughly 16-1 odds at most Colorado sportsbooks before this season started. For the traditional sports betting market, an individual's only option was to bet the Nuggets at 16-1 or not bet them at all. Exchange wagering would allow an individual to post a wager at any odds they wish, and then another individual or licensed entity in Colorado could accept that wager. So say I wanted to bet the Nuggets to win the NBA Finals, but I only wanted to do it at odds of 20-1 or better. I could have posted that wager on an exchange at odds of 20-1, which anyone else in the state or a licensed market maker could have accepted. If another party accepts my proposed wager, the exchange wagering operator will match the two sides into one combined bet and subsequently settle the wager after the outcome is determined. The result of this flexibility is generally better payouts for bettors. In order to make money, the exchange wagering operator will then take a small percentage of the total wager amount before paying out the winning side. This is typically called a commission. Commission is taxable as net sports betting proceeds in Colorado after allowable deductions. One downside to exchange wagering, however, is that a bet is not typically matched immediately. As the exchange operator itself does not accept liability, someone must actually want to take the other side of the wager. That's why exchange-based operators partner with market makers. A market maker is a third-party entity, typically an institution who has raised money solely for the purpose of wagering, and whose primary function is to offer odds and liquidity, or dollars available to wager, to the general public. Market makers can take various forms, including those closely connected and integrated to the exchange operator, which is defined in the regulations as an internal market maker. Or they can function completely independently from the operator as a group trying to profit on their own, which is defined in the regulations as an external market maker. These market makers are in place to ensure that exchanges have enough available wagers and liquidity for the general public to place the majority of wagers that are in demand. In conclusion, exchange wagering is a slightly different way for individuals to wager in the state of Colorado, where they're not dependent upon a specific sportsbook to actually accept the wager. Instead, wagering is struck by the exchange wagering operator, but the liability is matched between two individuals or entities authorized to wager in the state of Colorado.